Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Taurus Talk. I'm Dani.
And I'm Rick.
Welcome back, everyone. So, with episode 2, I do not remember what we talked about. hmm So, you have to remind me, Rick. I don't remember.
What did we talk
What
about?
did we talk about? Oh, self care. That's what it was. It was
Yeah,
self
it was a self-care
care.
product. Sure.
That was episode 2, yeah.
Self-care, yeah, because we did product reviews. We showed some
Mhm.
of our products. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
what it was. I was like, what did we talk about? So yeah, we haven't. It's been maybe about a couple of weeks, maybe about a week or so since we recorded. So I'm
Yeah, I think it's
remembering.
probably been a week and a half, something like that. It's been a minute. So yeah,
Yeah, we
give us
listen.
guys.
Yeah,
We've been moving and grooving with life. So
life been lifing.
yes.
Okay, we literally before we came on recorded, we were just talking about the things that we have going on in our lives, and we're just like, what is going on? Whew, whew. Like
Peace.
just stuff, just life be lifing. So yeah.
Life.
So once again, thank you
Life.
guys. Yeah, life. Okay, life is life. But yes, thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting us. We had some feedback from episode 1. We saw the views. So wow, thank you all. We appreciate that.
Thank you
Um,
very much.
Once again, as always, you all like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. Bring all the Tauruses up in here and the Taurus lovers too, because we love y'all too. So
Yes, we
just
do.
just be on the lookout for that. So this week, oh, before we get to that, we'll get to the astrological. Let me tell y'all something. You want to talk about life be life, and that's because we're in eclipse season. Whew. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, eclipse season is basically where the sun and the moon meet. I'm really, really putting this in very generic terms here. So we have a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse. We just had the lunar eclipse in Pisces last week. And that one was very intense because Pisces is all about spirituality. So a lot of people probably had some dreams. I know I had some crazy dreams. Rick, I'll tell you about some of the ones that I had. Like I ain't want to share no air. But you may have crazy dreams, delusions. Not I love my Pisces. I really do. I love y'all. But y'all can be delusional sometimes. So
Yeah.
I love y'all. I have a niece and a sister that's a Pisces, so I get it. But
One of my best friends is a Pisces, and yes, they are highly delusional. I will admit that. But they cool, they truth tellers,
cool. Very
keep it
intuitive.
real, very intuitive, but yeah, they can be very delusional.
Like I love them dearly, but it is what it is. So we had in the sign of Pisces. Also, too, with eclipse season, it usually deals with cycles. So a lot of y'all may have some cycles that are closing. You may have karmic cycles that are coming to an end. You may have karmic partners trying to come back. I haven't heard from mine yet, so we'll see what happens with that. Rick, you know the story
Hopefully
on that
not,
one.
hopefully not, hopefully not. We're going to not speak that in no
Right.
context.
No, 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 no. So those things that don't serve you no more, the eclipse season is forcing you to close those cycles. So a lot of people have been possibly going through breakups or disagreements or things like that, but it's intentional. It sounds really bad, but it's intentional because it's bringing you into a new sense of self, the new cycle. So we already had that passed, and now we're going to go into the solar eclipse in Libra, which will be October 2nd. So this will probably come out after that. Libra is really all about relationship dynamics. So if around that time you start seeing some conflicts within your relationships, that could go with friendships, relationship, any type of relationship. That could be of importance. If you have Aries, Libra, Cap, or Cancer or Capricorn placements, get ready for the ride.
Well, you just literally said all of mine, so that's just crazy. So I guess I'm about to go
Oh,
on
that's
my
right.
last.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Oh Lord, you literally just said every last one of mine, and that's great. That's you said wow.
Yeah, it's going to
You
affect
said
all the
wait,
cards.
what? Aries? You said Aries, Libra. What else?
Capricorn, Cancer.
I got replacements and all that. That's oh man.
You do.
I can't take no more, man. This come on,
I
man.
need a break.
I
Okay,
need a break. I need a
so
break.
So I will say this energy is not as because okay, we have to remember every year to year and a half, 2 years, we have where the axis changes. So the last couple of years, from like I think 2020 or 2022 to recently, we were in towards the Scorpio axis. So a lot of Tauruses and Scorpio went through some things the past couple of years, which, as we know that we went through some stuff. Um,
Woo.
Now it's Aries and Libra's turn. I was like, thank you.
When am I gonna get out of the struggle? Come on, man. It's been just like since 2020. It's just
Oh,
been,
that's right. You're a Libra rising. I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot about that. My bad.
yep.
So they'll be in the sign of Aries and Libra for the next, I would say, year and a half. And then it goes to Pisces and Virgo after that. It goes kind of backwards. So Aries and Libra is all about self. So Aries deals more with self, like relationships within yourself. And then with Libra is relationships with other people. So that's going to be where a lot of people are going to have their, I won't say troubles, but where they're going to have their difficulties for the next couple of years is with self and with relationship with others.
Yeah.
I know.
No,
I'm sorry.
where's greatness? Okay. It
So
just
yeah,
all that's
but it's
crazy.
not always bad. Sometimes, things have to happen for newness to come in. You may hold on to things a little too long, and this axis will force you to kind of do that.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of see that, that recurrent theme just been hitting me in the face for the last few years. So I'm just letting it happen at this point. I've been just staying
I
out the way.
mean,
I've been on hermit mode. I just been taking it and staying out of the way because it just never ending at this point. I don't even want to look outside. Okay.
I will say this though. I think a lot of people, as a collective in general, we kind of talked about this before we got on the air. A lot of people in the collective have been going through ascension and elevation because I honestly think if you, and we'll talk about this maybe on another episode, when you are a chosen one or when you are for a purpose, which everybody on this earth has a purpose, let's be clear. Um, but sometimes when you walk in the path of spirituality, you're one of the chosen ones. I realize that we go through our things before everybody else does. So it's kind of like they're preparing us for that. We're like the first wave out. And then therefore we can teach people how
Yeah.
to go through those things as they go through their journey or whatever the case. So we're
Yeah.
experiencing some things early, like a lot of spiritual awakenings, a lot of things. And then there's going to be a lot of shifts and transformations, especially once we get to Scorpio season, which is coming up. We're already Libra season. So
Yeah.
that season is Scorpio. And Scorpio is ruled by the Death Tarot card, which is the ending of things. So it's preparing us for that Scorpio going to winter and all that stuff too.
Well, look, like I said, I'm in the cave. I'm in the back cave until further notice. I don't want to look outside. Leave me alone. I'm not bothering nobody. We just gonna do this by ourselves because this is. I've had enough. I'm ready to ascend to the next thing.
Tired. We're tired.
Look, I'm light skinned, but a nigga is tired. Okay, I've been going through it. Danny, you
Rick.
know this. Since 2020, it's been just man, life been whooping my ass. This is crazy.
Mm.
But look, I still
Also,
my
no,
that matter.
you've already had your Saturn return, right?
I think it should be coming to a close here soon.
Okay. Saturn return is another thing, like where it's like thing after thing after thing. Usually when that's over and done with, because you do have a little bit of what's it called? Like pre and post of your return. So you may be in that part too,
Yeah,
honestly. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But
yeah, we
we'll
definitely
talk about Saturn returns one day. We'll talk about all that stuff. But yeah,
heart,
so
mind, and soul. We can definitely talk about that.
we can talk about all this stuff. But yeah, we have that solar eclipse coming up in Libra. So as always, like watch your relationships and how you interact with people. Libra is also about balance as well. So some of y'all may be out of balance and out of alignment, and this season is going to tell you that. Also, too, Libra is also ruled by Venus, just like Taurus is. And so, like I said, watch out for that bickering with relationships and things like that maybe happening during this time. And so just learn to compromise and learn to balance. It's going to be very important for this solar eclipse in Libra. So we have that on October 2nd. Then we have about a week after, and then we'll be out of eclipse season. And then we go straight to like Libra season and all that stuff. So, we
Okay,
have that
okay,
coming up.
okay. That's the
Yeah.
current astrological climate. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. So y'all stay prayed up, stay ready. You know what I mean? Stay grounded. Do your meditations and do what you got to
Mm-hmm.
do. Just keep ahead of it. Don't give into the foolishness because it's gonna start. So hey,
You're right. It's start. The
just
foolishness will start. But like you said, the important thing is to ground, meditate, do those things to get back to you. It's going to be important for this time, and what's important to you, and what's important to your spiritual growth as well.
yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, that's the astrological stuff that's going on. The beautiful time that we're in right now, which is the beginning of fall, which is one of my favorite times of the year, by the way. I love fall. Fall is one of my favorites.
Me too. Apple orchards,
Yeah. Yeah.
cider, donuts,
Hay rides.
hay
Oh,
rides, all that.
I'm about to say I probably sound the country right there. Hey,
Great
we're on.
sweats, you know what I mean?
I was daddy
Great
season.
sweats, it's
My
a good
favorite
time
time.
of year. It's
It is my favorite time. It's yeah, boots coming out and jeans and
Timberland,
sweaters and just I
sweaters,
love
vests,
fall time.
earmuffs, all that good stuff,
You said what? Yeah.
Earmuffs. People wear earmuffs and stuff like
Oh, I
that.
thought you meant something else.
Oh yeah, those too, the thick thigh earmuffs, we love them too, we
I was
love
like,
those.
wait, what? What you say? Say what now?
Ladies make the world go round. We need each other. I don't believe in that nonsense that everybody else be spewing, but that's enough of that.
Right. I mean, we might talk about that one episode, but
We
yeah.
definitely gonna have to get into that because these people done lost their dang on mind. So yeah,
I do, you know what I do? I just ignore that stuff half the time, to be honest with you.
yeah, they crazy. These
Because
people.
a lot of times when people talk that crazy talk, a lot of times it's because they're miserable and they are hurt and they not healed through that. That's the problem.
Amen.
So once you do the work, once you heal through it, I was like, a lot of people definitely have mother and father wounds that they have not worked through, and
Yeah,
so it projects on to how they view the opposite sex or even the same sex too. But
I
so
agree.
but yeah, so we can talk about that too. We can talk about mother and father wounds. We can talk about that on the episode too.
Yep.
But for this week's episode, we're going to focus on love and loyalty. So for those of y'all who know Tauruses, the thing that we're really most known for, not being stubborn, but being loyal.
Yep.
I think that's a gift and a curse for most Tauruses. I think the gift is that, we do stay with people. Like you'll notice a lot of Tauruses be in long-term relationships for, they've been in relationships for a long time.
Yep.
They do. But the curse is sometimes we overwelcome our stay.
Yep.
Meaning that
Overstay our welcome. That is a
yeah.
Speak
Yes.
on it.
Because it's really sometimes we do stay in certain dynamics because of just how we are and how we do things. So we tend to stay loyal sometimes to the people that may not be for us. So
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It
Sometimes we loyal to the ones that we ain't supposed to be loyal to.
all to a damn fault.
Man, it is. So like I said, I mean, it has its good things, but also too another thing, it could be a curse too.
Yeah, definitely gotta have boundaries because you will definitely get used and abused. Take it from somebody that's has a big Taurus heart.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
Oh,
very, 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 very diligent with who you letting your energy because your energy can be very easily manipulated because you just want to help people and love people and make sure that they're happy and people will use and abuse you. So you have to be
yes.
very cautious of who you do that for.
Yes, exactly. You gotta be very careful with that. And boundaries. We could stay there for a minute because for me, for a very long time, I had a really hard time with boundaries because I used to believe that if I set a boundary, then they wouldn't love me or they wouldn't like me, which that goes to people pleasing, which is part of boundaries, but like it definitely goes into people pleasing. Um, and so for me, I was like, well, if I tell somebody no, they're going to not forgive me, they're not going to like me, and these da da da. And so I had to really work on my boundaries. Now, I'll never forget my therapist told me this, and I was like, so true. She was like, boundaries are great, but you have to enforce the boundary.
Yep.
Um, she was like, pretty much boundaries are for you, right? Rules are for other people, like you said, a rule like that.
Yep.
But she was like, boundaries are for you, and so placing boundaries can help you get more respect, believe it or not, because when you set those boundaries, people are like, oh, okay, so I know I can't walk all over them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
boundaries is very, very important. Basically, a boundary is, let's say, for example, because some people, will explain. So, like, let's say, for example, I'm trying to think. Rick said something to me that I didn't like, and so Rick does not do this. So, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. But let's say Rick called me the B word, right? And that's something I don't like. So I would have to tell Rick, hey Rick, I don't appreciate that you did that. I don't like the way you call me that word. I'll ask you not to use that word. That is a boundary, right? Now, if he calls me the B word again, then I have to reinforce the boundary and be like, okay, I told you before, I don't like being called that word. If you keep on calling me that word, I'm not going to communicate with you. Like, that is a boundary, right? That was, I don't want to say a simple one, but that's a good example of what a boundary could be. So, it protects you as well. So, y'all, please, please, please practice boundaries. If you don't feel safe, if you don't feel comfortable, if you need something, like, speak on your own behalf. Use that throw chakra, child. Use that throw chakra. So,
hey, and you can't, everybody, especially me, I'm one that has never really enforced my boundaries like that as well. I've been kind of like just more of a walk away type person, but I'm actually trying to get into enforcing my boundaries more, because even with me just walking away, I still don't feel any better, because guess what? I still feel the way I felt. So that's not a proper way to handle it either. So I'm working on my boundaries as well, guys. It's something that you have to do.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a big heart and you care about people. Everybody doesn't necessarily always have the same intentions as you. And some people, just because you think you care, the way that you think they need it, that might necessarily not be what they need. So it's always a situational thing that you have to use your mind and definitely do your due diligence, because when you don't have no boundaries, you end up with a lot of resentment. And I'm gonna tell you from personal experience, it ain't worth it.
Not. But not only that, but you also have people who, like you said, they may not have the best intentions. And so they will intentionally try to push you each and every time to make you do something you don't want to do.
Yep.
And when you finally be like, I'm not going to do this no more, they'll be like, oh, okay, let me step away, let me step back a little bit. Because there are people who would constantly test your boundaries. They just will.
Yeah.
Whether because of manipulation or just who they are as a person. I used to be like, oh, everybody has good in them. I don't believe that no more.
I never believed that.
See,
I'm
I
from
did.
Detroit.
I used to.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm from Detroit. I don't believe everybody got good in them. I done seen some crazy shit right down the street from my house. So, I'll tell you the truth. Everybody ain't got good in them. It's a lot of, just like it's good in this world, is evil, and it's some a little bit that's leaning and willing to be used by either side. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of everything. So definitely be cautious with that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Trust me, I was very naive. I've grown up being naive, and I realized that everybody does not have good intentions for you, and you have to use your intuition and discernment to determine, like, is this person for me? Now, I will say there are people who are intuitive, but everyone has intuition. Intuition is basically a way to protect you from certain aspects, or let's see, how do I want to say this? Um, it's essentially like a gut feeling that may tell you. So let's say, for example, if there's a dangerous situation, like
it's a body response,
right? It's a response. So you have to run, you have to do something. But if something a little bit beforehand tells you run, like, right, or sends you a sign or something like that, that is your intuition. We all have intuition. It's innate in us. It just takes tools to pull it out of you sometimes. So yeah, we all have it, because if we did, we would not survive. So we do all have that intuition in us.
I'm gonna give you number one tool. Don't ever go against it. Ever. That's the only tool you really need. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. You don't need no books, no guides, nothing. When your body respond negatively to something, leave.
Yes. Everybody has different ways that their intuition speaks to them. Some people, like you said, you get that gut, that feeling like something is off. Sometimes you hear something, you'll see something, you'll smell something. Like, everybody has different ways that their intuition speaks to them. He is 100% right. Do not ignore your intuition.
Yep.
It's going to cut you every time, and so.
And sometimes it might, do some damage that you might not be able to recuperate from.
Exactly. So yes, never ignore your intuition. If something is telling you something is wrong, something's wrong.
I don't care if you eating a donut from the store. If you drop it and you feel like you shouldn't have ate it, don't eat it. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like just
right. It
do
could have
not
been.
get,
It could have
don't
been
ever
God
get it.
smacking it. Right.
Yeah,
It
but
could have been God
I
smack you
just
out your hand.
yeah, but
You was
literally
good.
don't get into the practice of ever going against your intuition. It is not a good thing. Now
And that,
there's the times when you need to sit there and take a chance and breathe or take a stop and breathe, but still follow your intuition. Because I'm trying to
always follow it.
if you
Always.
don't, you gonna be like, he told me, he told me, he told me. I'm trying to tell you, don't do it.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, always following your intuition, always having boundaries is important. It's oh yeah, we were talking about being loyal. With our sign, like I said, with Taurus is being very loyal. It could be to a fault. But another thing, because we are ruled by Venus, so that is the planet of love. So a lot of Taurus. Now, here's the funny thing about Tauruses: they're not like Libras. Taurus and Libra are both ruled by Venus. Libra to me is more a little bit open into love, which is interesting because they're like the masculine side of Venus. We are feminine side of Venus. I feel like a lot of Tauruses that I know of, we could be a little guarded sometimes when it comes to love. But once that door is open,
The floodgates.
man,
See, I'm a little more even kilter because I am a Taurus and a Libra. I got the Libra rising, you know what I mean? So like I'm a little
right?
even kilter, you know. Um,
Yeah,
I do definitely agree, you know.
yeah.
Like
It also depends on your upbringing and all that great stuff. I mean, we can
yeah,
talk about
yeah,
that,
of course too, you know. I think
but
a
yeah,
lot of it too is just, depending on how how much of it you willing to put yourself into it, because you got some Tauruses out here that's just trifling too. I've met a
that's
couple,
true.
and I'm just like, ooh, like your birthday the same day as mine, you just raggedy. No, get away from me, but no, yeah, when
We
you meet a
also have
raggedy
to.
Taurus, there's something wrong. I ain't gonna lie to you, because
Yeah.
every time I met a raggedy Taurus, they weren't right. It was something wrong.
Well, it also depends upon too, like your other signs as well. So, like your
Yep.
moon, your Venus, and all that determines kind of like where you are. So, Rick and I both have the same. We have the same Sun, Moon, and Venus, so we have similar temperaments. But I think his rising kind of makes him a little bit more loving than me. Like I'm, I definitely have my guard up. I mean, part of that is just my upbringing, like what I went through in life, but also too, for me, it just takes a lot for my guard to be put down.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure Rick kind of knew about that, like when we first met, but over the time, it's gotten like to where it's
Yeah.
down him.
I'm the
So
same way though. I will look. I got friends right now. One of my closest friends, I worked with him for like 8 months. The first 3 months, he literally would come and talk to me, and I would look at him like he was crazy, and I would not say nothing to him. And he literally told everybody, he's like, it took me 3 months for him to get me to talk to him. Cause I literally like when I'm like, I don't bother nobody. I'm very isolative. I don't like to be bothered by a bunch of people or getting influenced by a bunch of weird energy and stuff like that. So I'm like kind of like, hey, I'm here over there. I'm a hermit for real. Like literally, I'm really
mhm.
all about hermit energy for sure.
I am too. I think I enjoy my alone time. It's very peaceful, what I'm saying? So
I
I
love
do
it.
definitely enjoy it. I think for me, for love, the laughs at me, the people that really know me, they are like, we cannot wait until you fall in love because you're just going to become this docile, submissive person. And I'm like,
Mhm.
ugh. But it is a thing where love is very, for me, now, like going through my healing journey, like I said, some of the things I've been through, I'm now starting to get into a space where I'm like, I can have the love that I want, and I can have that from someone that it's a beautiful thing. I used to think, because I am so logical at times, like I used to think love makes no sense. But then I realized it's not supposed to make sense because it's not logical. It's emotional.
Yeah, I used to think the same thing. So hey, that was one of my major hangups. Like this shit just don't make no sense. Like,
It don't make no sense.
yeah,
Right. Yeah. So it's one of those things for me, like I'm learning to open up myself a little bit more. being more vulnerable and realizing that love is reciprocal. So, like, when I send love out to people, it comes back to me. And I think that's the most important thing, too, is to, show love so you can, not necessarily so you can give love, that's not the point, but like it comes back to you by
Yeah.
that attraction, like the law of attraction, or law of, oh, what's the other one called? Law of something. Can't think of it right now, but I do law of attraction for sure.
Law of
What you give
assumption,
out.
law of attraction, law of assumption. That what you're talking about?
Yes, law of assumption too.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like where you give what you get
Yeah.
what you give too. Like goes other ways as well. So I'm learning to tap more into my feminine space, and tapping more into my love space and my heart. Like
Yeah.
literally, y'all, I've been wearing a lot of green. So green associates with the heart chakra. I've been wearing a lot of green. Um, and I keep on getting these messages just about love. And I know Spirit wants me to tap more into love. And so it's something I'm definitely working on and learn to. With love, it's feminine energy. So also you have to go into flow. You cannot control things. Love does not control, it does not own. So it's very important to go into flow if you want to learn more about love and not necessarily be in control, but just let things be. And that's something that it's hard for me sometimes, but I'm definitely working at that and trying to get better at that. Because some days I'll be like, I just need this. They're like, nope, you gotta let go. I'm like, okay,
Look, trust me, I got control issues. Trust me, I know. But that's because just of how, like I told you, you know about more about how. But I've had to be like that, you know. So like life
right.
really teaching me like you ain't in control of shit right now. And I've literally just been learning, relearning everything. You know, it's been rough.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's worth the journey. You know.
It's definitely worth the journey. It definitely is. So everyone should tap into their heart chakra, which is in the heart, like I was about to, but like really tap into love and compassion and really just loving yourself and loving the people around you is going to be very important too. Because also, we don't know how much time we got left here. So it's important to show the love to people that you know and that you don't know. Some people don't get that. So it's nice to spread the love. And that's what Taurus is all about. We're all about love, Chad. Especially, have you ever met a Taurus in love? Jesus, it's like, woof, boy.
Yeah, we be some
Woo.
whining and dining.
Oh my gosh. Yes, trips and cuddling and
Yeah,
oh, so this is
I
crazy.
know.
So
I know. When I'm in love, I'm a goddamn teddy bear. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie.
I can see that for you being a teddy bear.
I mess around and bring the dang on moon out. This guy, if she acts nice enough. You feel me?
Ladies, let me tell you something while we're on the subject of that. I will tell you this much. If a Taurus guy likes you or loves you, like he literally just said, they will literally find. I'm like, I need the moon right now. They're like, we're going to figure out a way how to get up to space and get this moon down. Like, they will give you the world. They're very generous. They're very loving. Like, Taurus men, but I
just
will
don't,
say I move slow. But other than that, like,
just don't play. We be watching everything. Just don't play.
yeah. So, Taurus men
Just
are
as
very.
it can be good, and then it can go straight to back to bad.
See,
Real
see,
quick.
the see. We're supposed to be focused on the good, Rick, not the other stuff.
Oh, I'm not. I'm very focused on that. Look, let's have a good time. Let's live. Let's be positive, but just don't play. You hear me?
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna talk
You the
about
same way though. You already know that one time you be like, oh, you thought I just was supposed to overlook that. Mm, mm. Cause you know they try. It be but they be trying the most crazy stuff. They don't be no just like little. They be trying to kick down the powder. You know what I mean? They be
oh
playing.
Lord.
You know what I'm be talking about. You know they be playing. They try to kick down your body. Like just come. All right, come on now. Like really. All right, I got you.
Lord. So yeah, it's he's like, I'm gone. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye. But yeah, I think Tauruses are one of the best signs to love. I mean, every sign has its good and its bad, of course, but we can talk about what signs are compatible with Taurus. I think that'll be fun.
Oh,
So,
they all love us.
they all do. They all do. And the ones that are least compatible, which this is not a bad thing or a good thing, whether you're in this relationship or not. It's just a turbulence, it's just one of those fun things to do. So the ones that are most compatible, they say, are Cancer is one, Scorpio's one. Oh, no.
I don't know. Not the one I had, but hey, you
Oh
know.
Lord, Cancer. They said actually is the most that's supposed to be the most compatible with Taurus because we make the house a home. We're also the logical sign.
Maybe one that got their mind right. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yes. I mean, this goes for all the signs,
Even
but the mind
whole.
can be a
So
little vague.
I'm not gonna judge all cancers. But from what I know, cancers is crash outs. I'm gonna just say that they are some emotional motherfuckers, and once they get emotionally charged up, they brain turn off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are very emotional. But that sometimes I feel like that's something that Tauruses need because that pulls us out of that too. Like that pulls
And stoic, yeah,
the
it's a
balance.
balance. It's a balance.
Yeah. So Taurus is Scorpio. Scorpio is our sister sign, which means they're on the opposite of the zodiac wheel. So Scorpios are pretty good because opposites attract. You know how they always say that. Other earth signs, so Virgo, Capricorns are good with Tauruses as well. Just bringing out that logical side, especially Taurus and the Capricorn. You want to talk about a person that builds and grows and has money and business. Taurus and Capricorns are good parents. Taurus and Virgo are more of they like to have a good debate, good talk. They like to go back and forth, like the intellectual stuff. And then that's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces can
Yeah.
come and go with Tauruses, just depending. So those are the ones that are most compatible. Pretty much your water and your earth, which I mean it does kind of make sense. Now the ones that we may not be as compatible with, Sagittarius is one.
They
Uh,
love us.
they do, but
Leo.
unfortunately, because unfortunately for
Yeah.
Sagittarius, because they like to travel in the freedom and just they
Mm.
kind of like do what they like to do, but we're also stubborn too. That's kind of a clash of power for
Yep.
Taurus and Sagittarius. The Leo's another one. We now here's the thing: Taurus and Leos are great friends. And my best friend of like 20 years is she's
Yep.
one of my best friends, the greatest friends. But anything past that, like romantic, it's like power struggle because you're trying to figure out who has the most power. It's a lot of times it's the battle of the egos with Tauruses and Leos. They
Yep.
say that Tauruses are nothing but an earth sign Leo. Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
might be wrong. I mean,
it's not a bad thing.
yeah.
Another one is Aries and Taurus. I think just because they're next to each other on the wheel, but also it's just they're a ram and we're a bull, very similar. So it could be a
I
competition thing.
don't see like Aries are pretty cool to me. Like I don't know, but I'm
But you gotta
born.
think about it because we're on the cusp. That's
Yeah.
why.
So yeah, like, I don't have a problem with Aries. Like but like you said, we on the cusp. So
Yeah, that's probably why we're like, oh, we're
I mean,
correct.
but we're born like right in the middle of the energy. We're born in the week of
Literally.
Mars, so that shit don't mean nothing to me. You know, we're up.
Yeah.
You know,
Rick and I are Aries and Taurus cusp, and we are known as the cusp of power, which is so that's what we share. So that's probably why with us Aries, we kind of get along with Aries. We don't have a big thing with them. And so really it's just a fire signs that we could be least compatible with. Now, like I said, this could, things could work. And also too, now think about that, we have a Venus and Aries too. That's probably why we kind of get along with Venus with Aries too. So that's probably why. But those are the things
I
that
got 3 placements in Aries. I think.
I know.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
got one Aries in my chart.
You got Aries stellium.
Yeah,
A
I got Aries
stellium.
and a Capricorn still.
Yeah, I got Capricorn stellium too. Sagittarius, Scorpio stellium for me too. So a stellium is basically where you have three or more planets in the same zodiac sign. That's a stellium. So you carry a lot of energy within that stellium. So let's say, I have a Gemini stellium too.
Oh wow.
So let's say, for example, so most of the times when it comes to communication, things like that, I carry mostly Gemini energy. Or when it comes to secrets and things like that, I carry more of that Capricorn energy because I have a Capricorn stellium. Like it's things like that that you look for when you have a placement, depending on
Yeah.
which house it's in too. But yeah.
Yeah, I got a Capricorn still in as well. I got 5
Yeah.
Capricorn.
Yeah, you got 5. Whoo, boy.
I'm really the goat.
Well, what's interesting, they say a lot of times when you have a lot of Capricorn placements or you have a lot of 12th house placements, it's karma. So this lifetime, you got a lot of karma to deal with, which karma's not bad. It's not.
What did I do? What did I do?
That's why I've been wanting to. I was like, I need to have a past life read because I don't know what I did last lifetime, but I was like, to have a Capricorn stellium in the 12th house, what did I do?
Yeah, that's what I want to know too. But they said you're protected too, so there must be
That's true
something.
too. Yeah, that's
So
true too.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know how I ended up with 5, but that's crazy. I was like,
Woo. Well, my I got a soul contract read. That was interesting. And one of the things that she said was that yes, you have a lot of karmic debt to pay, but you was smart because whatever you ask for protection, and that's what's going to help you throughout dealing with your karma. So she was like, you was
yeah, I got
smart.
yeah, I gotta figure out. I gotta get my hands on mine.
Yeah, I know. I wonder when I'll let you know because she might do soul contracts again, but I think she has a student that she's teaching how to do soul contracts. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for like Taurus compatibility when it comes to love and loyalty. I think, signs or not, I think it's very important that I think everyone should experience love at least one time. I would
Hey,
love to experience love in a way like a partnership one time. I believe that's going to be coming for me soon, which I'm excited for. I can't wait, but we'll see. We'll see. Rick will be the first to know, probably. So,
yeah, well, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting to see too. Because I believe I honestly agree. I honestly agree that everybody deserves to experience love once. I'm still waiting for love too.
yeah, we'll get it in time.
Hey, it's gonna happen when it's supposed to. I'm focused on me. I'm getting myself ready so I can be the best person and the best version of myself. And
That's
once I
literally.
once I do that, I'm sure things will line up. So until I get there, we doing this work.
Oh, Spirit already told me I wasn't ready. That was like if we brought you the perfect person right now, you wouldn't be ready for it. You got things that you have to learn to do. So
Yep.
I 100% agree. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working on myself and
Yep.
what I can do to improve myself. So yeah. Yep. You know, I was about to say, okay, y'all. So I do another podcast, and I was about to say we're about to go to the pool of the week. This is not that podcast.
Well, I got my oracle cards right here. Should we do one?
Okay, let's do it. All right, we're gonna get into the pool of the week, Pop Rick. We see what we get.
We do oracle
Sweet.
cards. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? We do it.
All right. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning into our podcast this week. If you guys have any topics that you all want to discuss, email us at taurustalk2@gmail.com. That is our email. Y'all can follow us on YouTube at Taurus Talk. We'll be coming up on other platforms as well, but YouTube's our main one for now. So yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna pull 2 more cards for y'all.
Okay.
This is crazy.
Amazing laughing.
Hilarious. This is hilarious. This is how you know what we was talking about. This is insane.
Oh, it's right in line with what we was talking about. Comedy. Okay, because that's
Literally.
how spirit works. Okay.
Literally. I'm catching it live right here. I'm just trying one more for y'all. It ain't came out yet. Give me a second. Goodness.
They tell you when they need to tell you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
He has 2, so he's gonna pull one more. What deck are you using?
Just the oracle cards.
Oh, okay.
You just pull 3 oracle cards.
Okay.
Trying to do all that right now. There you
But
go.
yeah.
Just the card that fell out at the bottom.
Nice.
So,
All right.
you know.
We got Mr. Rick. I can't see that. I need my glasses on. You know I can't see. We got Hold
All right.
on, guys. The glasses are coming on.
We got the first card that came out was Full Moon in Capricorn.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
And then the second card that came out was Full Moon in Libra.
Oh, hilarious. Okay.
And then you know what the last card that came out was?
Oh no.
Full Moon in Aries.
We talked that's all the cardinal signs. That's quite funny. So what did they say as the sayings or whatever the case?
So on the Full Moon in Capricorn card, it says the end of a tough cycle approaches.
Hallelujah.
And then on the Full Moon in Libra card, it says a win-win outcome is forecast. And then the other card says a fiery climax approaches. So I'm gonna guess that would be the present energy.
Probably.
future.
Probably. Well, the last is future. Usually, your past is first, and then your second is where we're at right now. So that's actually really great, and that's the full moon Libra. I know we're in Libra season, so it actually does make sense. That's perfect. That was perfect. So yeah, so y'all, the end of the cycle is going to be approaching. Thank God, because boy, I feel like we all been through a tough cycle. So right now we're about to go to our season. I think once the eclipse season goes to our season of harvest and things be in your favor. And then once that gets out the way, we go through winter. That's when we go to Aries season, which is the beginning of spring, and that gets into like things are starting to be in action. So that was perfect. Thanks, Rick.
You're welcome. That was perfect. That was literally perfect.
That was a perfect ending. We could not think of a perfect ending than that. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning into episode 3 of Taurus Talk. I really enjoy doing these. I feel like it's like we having a conversation.
Yeah, because literally, but this is why I suggested we do this, because it's so natural and it just comes out so easily and fluid, and we just can talk like this for hours on end, and it's just
we do sometimes. We do sometimes.
Might as well share the positivity with the other people, and other people are clearly wanting to see what we are talking about, so we might as well share it. So
apparently so. But yes, you all, thank you all so much. We appreciate the love and support for you guys. So tune in next week. Will be like episode 4 of the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for tuning in this week. Have a blessed week, and we'll see y'all next week.
Alrighty. Peace.
Bye.